Hey everybody, welcome back to I Know a Guy. Today we're meeting with Phil, the connector Herrington. He co-founded the connector group with his wife 6 months ago today, actually. I've been a member for a few months. So far, it's becoming my favorite place to network. I really love what they're doing over there, and I'm excited for you guys to hear from them. So, hey Phil, how's it going?
Going great, going great.
Yeah, how's Idaho, right? If I remember right.
Yep, Boise, Idaho. We're
Yeah,
just
how
starting to get into colder temperatures, so we're now going to be 60 some today. But we've had a little bit of a long fall, which I don't mind having a little bit warmer weather. But yeah, so it's been
awesome.
nice.
Are you from the Idaho area originally, or you moved there?
I got here in 2013. Lived a good portion of my time, raising up my kids in Wichita, Kansas, and then I'm from Denver, Colorado. That's where I was from age 5 to 19.
Okay, so a little over a decade there now. What's fun in
Yep.
Idaho? I've never been there. I always hear about
Oh,
it. It looks nice, but
so think of it if you've ever been to Denver back in the day, it's like a mini Denver. When you drive in, we're all in a valley, but if you name the outdoor sport or activity, and they can do it around here. So
okay.
like people will ask me, I'll do one-to-ones with people in LA and they'll be like, so I go to the gun range, where's your gun range? And I'm all, it's 1 mile down the street because I just go to the field. It's like right in front of me is a field right now. So it's like we're like part country, part whatever. It's pretty cool because you'll be driving through town and then there'll be this block of somebody's mini hobby farm and you'll see horses and stuff. And then there'll be a housing division. And then so it's I like it that way.
That's awesome. Yeah, a little bit like Iowa, I think, because somebody asked, "Where's the gun range?" It's outside. Yeah, good luck. Go find it.
Exactly
Talk,
right.
talk, talk to a buddy. There's a field. So awesome, awesome. Well, what can you tell us about what you're doing with the connector group?
Yeah, well, I'll start with a little bit of history. I've been networking since 2018. I've done 5,000 one-to-ones, met a ton of people. And what always kind of slowed me down is, I mean, it's a lot, but what slowed me down is the meeting portion. So after building a couple people's brands, and then we parted ways. I realized that everybody wants the value that comes from a networking event. And that's why we go there to meet awesome people, to build collaborations and all that type of stuff. And I read in a book one time that if you eliminate one step from an already proven system, you can create a whole nother category. So what we've essentially done here is all the benefits of a networking group without the meeting. So we've just eliminated the meeting.
Okay. Yeah, that was always the biggest drag to a lot of the ones that I go to is it's 7 in the morning. You got to go there every week, or you need to find a replacement or substitute, and it can be a bit of a pain. But yeah, I like that because I can just speak from experience being on your group for a while now. There's just a bunch of people that are there that want to meet people. So reach out, introduce yourself, and it's kind of cool because you have one-on-ones with every single one of them before they join, right?
Exactly. So that's how we keep the quality good. So these are real people meeting real people. They have to come to one of our demos, or we call them a tour now, as we're progressing. But yeah, they have to meet me or one of my connectors or come through a referral like yourself to know that they're of a good heart. And we're looking for the heart of the person, not necessarily the being expert at what they do. They can be brand new in business, but if they have the concept they're going to give first, people before profits, that's who we're looking for. If we put enough of those people in the same room or virtual room, in this case, then we can only win.
Yeah, that's powerful because you're not a pitch, you're a person. So don't don't come out the gate just this is what I do and here's why you should buy from me. No. So
Yeah, exactly.
I've really
Exactly.
really appreciated that. So I mean, what was the kind of final straw where you're like, I'm making something new? You and your wife sat down and said 6 months ago, we're doing this.
I got, well, I think a lot of people can relate to this type of story is got burned way too many times. So I literally will put my if I get my teeth into a product. So my come from cold call sales. So I've done telemarketing, MCI long distance service, sold cars, so door to door merchant services back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And so I understand all that sales concept stuff. Um, I'm a go-getter, if you will. And what I mean by that is when I sink my teeth into a product, I go all out. So when I built up three different companies in the last 6 years and got them serious accounts, and each time they dropped me for one reason or another, it was because I was supposed to create this. So I was actually going to look for another product or service to sell. And my wife goes, hold on. We've been together about 6 years. It took her about 6 years. She's a W-2 employee. Took her about 6 years to go, you know what? This entrepreneurial thing, if we do it right, we can like travel. I could be free of my stupid job, da da da, right? And so she said, the next thing we create, it has to be ours. And so we just brainstormed on like, hey, I've been using the connector name for the last 6 years so that we've been building the brand. What do we do to monetize it, help the most people at the same time? And so what I did not want to do is I did not want to create another networking group because then I'd just be white noise, right? And so, and I said actually was kind of out of selfishness because I didn't want to go to a meeting every week. That's the part I hate the most. I want to get right to it. When I go to a meeting, a networking meeting, I look for the visitors because I already know what everybody else in the room does. And then I want to meet with the visitors right away, right? And I was like, that's just too slow. Just give up an hour and a half of your time. And if it's an in person, giving up 3 to 4 hours of your time, it was like, oh my gosh, how do we speed this thing up? And so all we did is eliminate the meeting. We're like a LinkedIn with personal introductions is the best way to describe us. And we're just having a ball doing it. And now it's kind of a magical thing happen, if you will, because we don't do meetings. We're not a competition to any other networking groups out there. So now other networking groups are joining our platform to put all their meetings on our public calendar. So we will eventually become the hub of where do you network. So not only do you get access to all of our members, but then you get access to know where all the networking groups are, and you can choose to go to them or not.
That's awesome. I know just having conversations, the one-on-ones for, however long I've been doing it now, you bump into them and you go, I didn't know this networking group existed, or I heard about it and forgot about it. So it's kind of neat that, there might be one out there that really resonates with you, but you forget to reach out and now you can find it. So that's awesome. I like that. What's your favorite thing about what you're doing now? It's been 6 months. You're kind of getting your stride. What stands out as your favorite?
Well, it's exciting to have a team start to grow around me, right? That there's people buying into the concept. I read the book actually twice. I read it twice in a row because it was so good. Is the Russell Brunson's funnel hacker deal? I think it's his second one. I forget the name of it, but anyways, it's the one all about building tribes. And if you get enough people bought into your vision, because we want to go to 1 million members inside of 5 years, we need people that are going to feed us their contacts, if you will. So we're teaching people how to monetize their network, right? So to the tune of in the last 45 days, we received 125 referrals, mostly coming from you. but but that's what we want is like you meet with somebody, why not introduce them to this? Because we're like a sidekick to all the other networking opportunities you're doing. And to use the word, the fractional, everybody's using that fractional term. I'm a fractional CFO, I'm a fractional salesperson. Well, I'm a fractional professional networker for your business. So we're bringing in the people, and then all you got to do is build the network. So we say we build the network, you build the relationships, right? And so I think when you back to your question, what do I love the most about it is seeing the people come together. And now being 6 months old, we're starting to see success. Oh, I did business with this person and this person. That was a great introduction. And thank you so much for this. And I hear all the time, thanks for putting this together. And so that's where I get my joy is from the connections themselves.
Awesome. What are some of the things you're learning along the way? Things that you're changing, things that you would do different to start over today?
Um, Gosh, do different. I might. Well, you got to grassroot it, and I'm glad I didn't go into any debt to do it. So I don't know that I would have done any different way. We have that. I've seen, and the beauty of what I was able to do is because I did so many one-to-ones, I saw everybody else's program, right?
Mhm.
So then I really, really thought through, and I said, let's bring everything that I liked into one place. So I think the only thing I might have done different would be maybe be more on in front of the my early adopters that were bought in and really instructing them on how to get more people into the community, which I'm doing now, right? So get on the Facebook page every day and to give them updates. And people like to be a part of a journey, right? And if they're a part of it, and then they can give into it, they get very excited. So I think that would probably be what I would have done different, and I'm going to be doing going forward is being very involved with here, guys, here we are. This is what we're doing now. Here's where we're going. All that type of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, there's something to be said from, seeing a bunch of different things, learning from those mistakes, and then not making them yourself. So, doing this for years and years and seeing all those groups, and then, like you said, condensing down everything that you like, cutting out the fat that you don't, and then just there's something to be said for that. And it really shows. I can assure you that. So you said 5 years, million people. Is that the end goal then? A million? Or what do you see going forward? Like outside of just a million members, where do you want
Well,
this to
it'll
go?
so I mean this will okay, so we'll never have a meeting, but we'll have communities that will that will jump up, they'll spring up through here. We always say we'll have community driven events. So people will that like to meet people and like to formulate those meetings and what have you, they'll start rising up and having their own meetings, right? So I kind of seen it as its own ecosystem, and a million is just the goal, but once it gets to somewhere in that range, it's just going to continue to grow, right? Because it's people are going to hear about it, want to be involved with it, because we don't have any seats, or just people meeting people. This is going to attract people that can't go to a networking event because they don't have time. People that have never heard of networking. That's why we're training. So I guess the vision, once I get a little bit more freed up, is to create more and more programs to create really good super connectors and people that understand, like yourself, right? You took on the vision of learning how to, hey, my network is my net worth, and not just money. It's just that the more people that know what you do, the less chance you have to not succeed, right? That you will succeed. So I guess that bigger vision is um, creating more and more programs to make it easier and easier and easier for businesses not to fail. Because as Grant Cardone says, and he says it the best, the reason people fail, and it's very, very plain and simple, not enough people know what you do fast enough. So therefore, the money doesn't come in fast enough. So if I can help businesses not go out of business, because small business is the backbone of America, then that's a fantastic goal.
Okay. And then inside your network, I know based on what I've done and what I've seen, just being comfortable with reaching out to everybody. I think that was probably the best advice you gave me. Is that what you would say to maybe a new member or somebody that's really
Yeah.
interested in kind of championing what you're doing?
Yeah, so I want everyone to utilize my think of it as my Rolodex, and I've personally introduced you to all of these people. They expect to hear from you. I instruct people when they fill out their profile to put their calendar link right there in their profile so they have easy access to each other. And everybody that joins our community, it wants to connect. So don't feel weird about reaching out week one, week three, week nine. I say never give up. Just keep going because people are busy. That's it. Plain and simple. People are busy, right? So, but this is more. This is family. This is your community when you join, and these people want to connect with you, or they wouldn't have joined our network.
Awesome. Awesome. What, is there anything that I missed that maybe you wanted to add that I failed to ask?
No, you didn't fail to ask, but I will throw out we have two workshops coming that are now included with the connector community. One is we're calling it Give to Grow, how to become a super connector. You get the come to the workshop as many times as you want. We'll do them live, but then we'll also have the recordings. And then we have another one calling Never Lose a Prospect Again, the fortunes and the follow-up. And what most businesses do and are terrible at is follow up. So we'll have those workshops that are included in your membership, and we want to continue again to teach people how to monetize what they're doing. We're not just out here meeting people for fun. we need to make enough money so we can stay in business. So those two workshops to now or will be available very soon, and they're part of your membership.
Awesome. What's the best way that people can get a hold of you?
Um, they can find me on Facebook at Phil Harrington, spelled with an E, Herrington. You can message me there. Or you could just simply go to hello at philtheconnector.com, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have. What we'll probably do is just invite you to a demo, and love to have you come to those demos, see what it's all about, see the software, how it works, all that stuff. And we never hard sell anyone because this is my huge belief, guys. And if you get this, this is one thing I want you to take away from this. Build a list so big and meet so many people that you wait for them to raise their hand to do business with you. You never have to hard sell anyone. They're just coming in, right? So the bigger your list is, the more they're coming in, right? So even if you're getting a 1% conversion, we'll just grow your list to 10,000 people. Now you have 100 people that are going to be asking to do business with you. So that's what we like to teach here. So anyways, no hard sell here at all. To a tour, take a look at what we're doing. If it's for you, great. If it's not, no big deal.
Perfect. Well, if anybody out there wants to get in touch with Phil, absolutely reach out to him. He is 100% genuine. I can't recommend his group enough. What he's building is really different. It's if you've ever been to any other networking groups, it's not like that. Everybody wants to meet people. Just reach out. Everybody I've met so far has been friendly, and I've met a lot of them. So
Yeah.
I can't recommend that enough. But if anybody out there, is a little shy and they want an introduction, ask me. I'll do that. More than happy to
Yeah.
facilitate those. And then if anybody out there would like to be interviewed, feel free to reach out to me on X at I know a guy underscore. But Phil, thank you for your time. Hope you have an awesome day, and let's all
One,
get out there. Oh,
Let me throw one more thing in. I just want to make sure you get credit. I'm a huge believer in if you've developed a relationship and it's your person, you get paid. So Anthony gets paid 33% residual, just like you will when you become a member of everyone that comes in the community. So when you reach out to me at hello@philtheconnector.com or go to Facebook, mention that you heard it on the show. So that way Anthony can get his credit.
I am all for that. I won't turn that away. So awesome. Thanks again, Phil. But let's all get out there. Let's also meet some people. Okay. All right. Take care, guys.